Welcome, friends. Today, at last, we are doing another live stream. Marvelous. That's right, friends. My name is Quack, and I am back. I have been away for a little while because I got a chest infection. I did a stream with Eugene last Thursday, not Thursday gone, but the one before. And that night I took my immunosuppressants and woke up the next day and I was in a bad way. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And I've been on antibiotics for a few days now. They've worked to a point. I need to get some more, I think. There'll be a bit of coughing and maybe some use of an inhaler. But I am getting better. I'm definitely getting better. Let's have a look here. Who do we have? Buy me a coffee, DJ. Hello, DJ. Was missing these streams a couple of days ago, said Nick. Glad you're back, Rich and all. Duck, yes, is Tripler. Welcome, Tripler. I got your email. Give us, Lord, our daily bread, is Phil Stevens. Yes, I hope you like the, what's it called? Thumbnail. Well, sometimes you just have to take it and run with it. Better to ask for forgiveness than beg for permission. Exactly. What is up, Phil? Scent of the day says it's Florida. It's hot. It's D&G light blue. Oh, intense coastal vibes on the coast. Is that the one that smells a bit like a fish? Baratrion sent me a decant of one of the light blues, and it had a fishy kind of vibe going on. I wasn't impressed. Welcome, Brian. How you doing? Fernando found a partial of Basala. Hooray! Hooray! Hello, Dev. Hello, Saab Replay. How you doing, Andy? Hello, Boson. Bosvaldo. Boz. What's happening? Stephen, I got that sample today. Right, I got it today. You silly sausage! You hadn't paid the you hadn't paid the full shipping, man. Fucking, I got a letter off the what they called, off the post office, and they were like, "Oh, we've got your package, no bother, but you can't have it because you owe £3.50." I was like, "Fuck off." And I was like, "What's this?" Because obviously I didn't know what it was. Now I went down, still didn't know what it was when I saw it. And then I had to open it, and then I saw, obviously, what it is. And I was like, aha, that's what it is. But I thought that was a bit steep, like, because an extra £3.50 on top of what was already fucking paid. Like, how much are they charging? Come to, like, fucking £5 or £6 in the end. I was like, piss off. It's calm, though, because I would have had to have paid it either way. But I was fucking like, I was like, I mean, if I hadn't paid it to them, I would have paid it to you. Do you know what I mean? It's not what I'm saying. It's not necessarily the money. I thought, how the fuck have they charged a £5 for that? Like, at least a £5. Fucking robbing bastards. They've put their prices up recently in general, like. Shithouses. Anyway. I am well, Stephen. Thank you. I hope you're well. Hello, Rachel. Cue the DuckTales theme. Leave my tail alone. Hello, Michael John. Hello, Omar. What's up, Mitch, bro? How you doing, Boson? Scent of the day was pouring on to Caron. I don't like pouring on. I like Troisième Homme. Very bad. Yeah, that is Royal Mail for you, isn't it? Fucking thieving bastards. Let's get a conversation started, says Galen. Maybe. No, fucking no. The £3, it's not a problem. That wasn't the point. My point is that I don't see how they have, like, decided to apply that as extra. Anyway, it was only £3.50, let's be honest. It's not the end of the world. Was it the stream with me as well, Rich? Yes. I think so. I didn't catch it off you, though, Dev. Don't worry. Evening, Andrej. I am feeling better, thank you. I was going to do a stream yesterday, but I did that... whole video, and even after half an hour, I was bastarded. Like, I was absolutely buckled after half an hour. So I don't know how long you're going to get out of us tonight, but I've been gasping to do a stream. You know what I mean? Newcastle got fucking walloped today, 3-0, and deservedly so. But we're fucking shite, and Villa were mint. Unai Emery's done some fucking job there, mate. But obviously, with it being the early game of the day, it's ruined the weekend, huh? Bastards. Not to worry. Bournemouth sorted us out. Something fucking shocking. Brilliant. Gary O'Neill's not done a bad job there at all, you know. Life is but a stream, says Phil. I quite like that. Hello, Dushan. How are you? I'm alright, Stephs. I'm getting better. DJ, welcome. Sent of the night is Bellamy. I left you tons of messages, says Bozon. What, me? Oh, Dushan. Sent of the night, says Bozon, is Grand Musk Panadora. Manginosis is deleting their tracks, covering their tracks. Mitch, soon when I figure out how to lie to my post office, I will send you the 3 Tom Fords. What 3 Tom Fords? Spaced out. I gave the last of my Mitsuko EDT decant to a family friend who has had a very positive impression of it. Scent of the day, says Galen, is Chopard Magnolia Vetiver. Ooh, magnolias. I'm not big on magnolia. I was talking to Jura Rose the other day. Bollocks to magnolia. It's weird. I'm funny with florals. I think it's because I associate it with hay fever. Tell me, everybody, what your scents of the day are. I'm interested. Duran, there was practically nothing there, and more people that experience Mitsuko, the better. Do you not think so? I hope you feel better soon, my good man. Take care. Thank you, Manginosis. That was very kind. Why don't you reply? Happy to send you the £3. No, don't be silly. Still haven't tried it all from Grant Musk is my favourite so far. Neither my Anoush package nor my Pasha sample set has arrived yet. Absolute agony. Yeah, it's painful, like when they make you wait for your perfumes. I got one from Canada Post, but from off Anoush, and it took like 2 or 3 days. It was brilliant. It was I wasn't expecting it until like the back end of next week. Came like yesterday. I was fucking buzzing. I got loads of stuff yesterday. Why did the screen go black? I don't know. Is this a joke? Good evening, Rich and chat. Good evening, Juro. Layla, welcome. Need more longevity, says Pradeep. Hope you enjoy it, mate. My nose is struggling too with a cold flu, so I'm waiting on sniffing it. It's a good size fucking decant now, you know. I'm going to reveal what it is in this stream. I'll do a video on it. Anyone else got a black screen? No? I showed a family friend a lot of my vintage decants, and he was properly pleased with them. Gifted him the rest of the Mitsuko and also Habit Rouge. Testing Bellarme tonight. Bit good, isn't it? It's not bad, like. It's not bad. Someone bloody answer already. No, boss. Hola, James. Hello, Rich. Hello, Pat Lester. Chanel. Edinburgh. Hopefully you get better. I'm getting there. Oh, Quimaresque today. It seems that spring is delayed this year. 10 Celsius here today. Yeah, it's got a little bit warmer today for us. How do you say Scallon Indonesi differs from Ambra Supreme, Rich? I'm tempted by that scent. Scallon Indonesi is much fresher. Much fresher. It hasn't got the animalic side to it either. Sorry, Buzz, I hacked your screen and camera. Hope you don't mind. Why are you pantless? Okay, now it's okay. I restarted. Brian, that would be Éclair de Fumée. Face to Face Pour On by Fakenabal. Honestly sounds like smoke screen, but I'm not very proficient in French, Brian. I get 0 animalic from Ambra Supreme. I know, but you're top animalic partaker of. You love animalic fragrances. I can imagine why you wouldn't think that was animalic at all. Hi, Enrique. You are wearing Gucci Pour Homme 2. Scent of the day, says Steph's, is a 2003 Coeur de Jean Lancôme Miracle Lacotonique. Nothing aqua about it. Very green, slightly creamy. A 10 spray. Good lord. Juju's has a kind of pissiness to it. Tuna is best served raw. Good lord. Now I'm going to try Dorissima. I'm testing the new Habit Rouge Privé. Sprayed it like a bro at Sephora, says Brody. I saw Persiles do a stream about that earlier on. About Habit Rouge Privé. Tell you what I've been looking forward to wearing when it gets a bit warmer. This new arrival, Trophy Lancôme. Woof. Finally got jiggy, says Omar. Finally I got jiggy. Yes, it has a funny smell at the opening, but I find it pretty interesting. Mitch, I know you would love Japon Noir. It's right up your alley. I'm looking forward to smelling that. Someone has sent me an email. Someone has bought me a coffee. How kind. You are too kind, sir. I appreciate it greatly. There's a rare Habit Rouge Extra for sale on base notes. Ooh. I've seen Kellen from Sense of South Jersey love that trophy. It's pretty nice. I've sprayed it a couple of times. It's really good. Ooh. Yeah, it's very vintage. It's very Kellen. It really is. It's very, like, I like those sorts of fragrances as well. I must admit. This is a tester. Oh, no. Splinter says, what are your thoughts on Smalto Full Choke perverted bottle? I got a good deal on a tester for £34. That is a good deal on a tester. £34. It's good fragrance for £34. Absolutely, it's worth every penny of that. Well done. Smells like Himalaya. It's one of those deals where Pierre Bourdon made Himalaya for Creed and then made a cheaper version for like the designer market, like he did with Individuel and Original Santal, like he did with Green Irish Tweed and Green Water. You know, that seems to be like the modus operandi, you know. So yes, I like Full Choke. Just picking up the bottle is just like, why? Smalto, you fucking pervert. I wore a Smalto yesterday, but it wasn't Pour Homme, it was this. Malto Smalto. I got 3 bottles of this. I do not need 3 bottles of this at all. I don't think I'll wear 3 bottles of this. It's a lovely, clean, fresh amber fougere. Amber fougere type thing. Lavender, creamy lavender, fresh, shaven foam kind of thing going on. But is it basic? Don't pay big money for it on the second-hand market. I mean, it's good quality ingredients compared to the stuff you get now. Don't like today's ingredients. Don't like today's accords. Don't like today's creative direction. That's just how I feel. You know, you can't tell us what I like and I don't like. But God, Pavarotti's immense. I don't know. I won't be selling it, but you know, maybe I will. I don't know. Joseph, welcome. Hello, Rich. First time on one of your lives. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming in. My scent of the day is Canali, 1934. That's 90 years ago. 1934 is 90 years ago now. Someone recently bought 31 Rue Cambon EDT for €110 and it was not me. I forgot to bid. Oh, mate. That is sad. Dior Riviera by FK already at the back of Dior counters. Is it? Is it? I got a text off the girl from the Dior counter today. She was like, "Oh, we've got some. Have I still got the message? Have I still got the message? No, I've deleted it because I felt a bit like it was a bit intrusive. I don't like getting fucking text messages off my sales associate. But she was like, yeah, we've got one called Gypsy Rose and then another one like Rouge Trafalgar. She was like, we've got limited edition bottles. If you want us to keep them, I'm happy to put them to one side for you. I was like, I fucking bet you fucking are. Fuck off. I'm not buying that fucking poverty. Fucking rubbish. I was talking to somebody today on Base Notes who said they have a bottle of Amber Noe cologne. You know? And a bottle of Amber Noe cologne from 2009. And I thought, wow. That guy called Dapper Dandy told me he has Diarissimo on Justin's stream earlier. This guy actually reminds me of PDM. This actually reminds me of PDM Oriana, which I got a sample of once. Kellen rated Nobile as his favourite fougere ever. Hard to disagree. Oh, I could fucking disagree with that pretty well. I couldn't really tell you what my favourite one was off the top of my head, but I doubt it's this. This is, to me, this is a little bit greener than a fougere, if I'm being honest. I like it. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. It is great, I won't lie to you. It is a fantastic fragrance, but is it the greatest fougere? Is it the greatest fougere ever? I find it very, very hard to say that without having a good think about it. You know, it's not like one of those instant fucking, yes, of course, you're right. God, tomorrow was my first day back on campus since spring break. Wish me luck, man. Good luck, man. Echin de Fumé reminds me of Initio Side Effect. Anybody tried Vetiver Babylon? Worth the blind buy? I really like Full Chuck. Wish it had more legs, a little fleeting. Scent of the day is Rochas Louis. Back of bottlers on the way over. Reminds me of Royal Oud. Rochas Louis? You think that smells like Royal Oud? Really? Really? No chance. I don't actually like that, you know. I don't care for Rochas Louis. I'm thinking of selling it. I see haters taking down Panadora and accusing them of being a clone house. Nearly every new quality brand is now accused of copying others. What the fuck is that? It's true, unfortunately, boss. Sorry, mate. There's a massive dearth of creativity. Dearth means lack of. I used to think dearth meant a lot of. No, it means lack of. There's a massive dearth of creativity out there as far as new brands, because what they're doing is they're desperately trying to make money. You know? They're desperately just trying to make money instead of trying to make perfumes. It's one of those... Perfume's one of those things where the markups are so high that... Oh, welcome, Hills. Hey, y'all. It is nice to see you here. The markups are so high, the incentive's so high to like sell and make money, you know. And I think what you've got is you've got a class of people who have got a lot of money, right? And what you'll find is a lot of people with a lot of money don't have good taste. They have other people tell them what is good, but they themselves don't have good taste. So what they'll do is they will sink a lot of money. They will set up a brand, spend a lot of money on ingredients, spend a lot of money on fucking bottles. They'll spend a lot of money on all these different things, right? And then they come to pick the fragrances that they want to produce and put out there, and they don't know what they're doing, right? So they pick the stuff that they think will sell because they want to make money. I need to flesh out that point a bit. Get a bit of flesh on it. What are your favourite boozy fragrances, Rich? I'd have to come back to you because most of them are in my autumn and winter draw, and I don't have them in front of us. I'm not so hot on the old boozy fragrances anymore. If you look at the notes of Malta Smalt one Fragrantica, they match up exactly with Amen minus the Gourmand notes. It smells like the inspiration for sure. It came out around that sort of time. You know, they both came out around that sort of time. I think there is rose in this deal. The new Sergi Ton sounds like my jam. I'll need to sort that out. Yeah, haters will win. Haters will hate. Fuck them. Amber Woods is a lurk, says Phil. I changed my scent of night into Diorissima. Vic, hello. What's funny is my family friends treated Creed Aventus like the second coming of perfumer until I told them the Ghost Perfumer story and also the Black Rock thing. Is Chanel releasing a new frag for men soon? I heard something, but not details. I have no idea. I have the Eau Noir cologne and not that superior. Sell it to me. Even funnier is one of my family friends said Bortnikov to backdoor. It smells like Tabaron Millésime. I haven't smelled. To backdoor. You can't go in a serious frag stream now and say you like Parfum de Marly, says Bozan. It's the problem is that they've bastardized themselves. You know what I mean? They've shit as they walked. They've shit in their own plate. They've shit on their own doorstep, sorry. You know? The way that they have behaved as far as influencers, the marketing, the fragrances that they make. They've done it to themselves. They've created their own narrative. It's as simple as that. A lot of the criticism they get is thoroughly deserved. You can like it. I'm not saying you shouldn't like it, but it is what it is, you know. Sartorial is one of the best newer fougères, says Nick. Yes. Just got Jean Patou Voyageur and wore it twice already. The Oatmoss and Maestro sandalwood in it is tremendous, says Steph's. A great product, not that much of a difference with the Noirs. I love what Eugene said about Bois d'Argent. It can be whatever you want it to be. Hello, Hillary. I wore Bois d'Argent this week. Thank you, Bozan. Rochas Louis smells pretty synthetic. That's cedar. And the whole thing, I think there's narcissus, isn't it, in it? Is there not? There's some kind of white note. It might be neroli. It's some kind of white, plasticky floral at the top. Not a fan. Enrique, it's a Zara Poron vintage, and it's Fougere Royale by Hubegant. Bozon says it's not fair. I mean, just because your fragrances smell similar to famous older ones, sometimes it's hard to avoid that. Doesn't mean they're all copy or clones of each other. No, that's true. That is true. You will get some overlap. Absolutely, you will. If we're talking about Parfum de Marly specifically, there is a pattern has emerged with them. You know, it's not just a one-off. You know, there's also that story that was a different brand, actually. Sorry, that was a different brand. That was Xerjoff. There's a story that Xerjoff's first 5, 6, 7, 8 fragrances were all like high-end clones of like previous ones, because the guy who owns it went to Christopher Laudermiel and he was like, let me smell some of your stuff, and he had Laudermiel, I think it was Laudermiel, had some had been, just for shits and giggles, taking like famous designer fragrances and making high-end versions of them, and he showed him these versions, and the bloke just said, fantastic, I'll buy them. And he did. That is the tale I have been told. Vic, I just picked up Dupont Pour Homme by Richard Dupont. Have you heard of it? Triplet, do you mean it smells harsh? Synthetic stuff doesn't really have to smell distinctive. Perfume now has an amazing business. You only create perfumes and automatically is niche because you do nothing, so you can charge 400. Adorable, says Umar. Hello, Antonio Hobson. Hope you're feeling better. Doing yard work with Rich's podcast. Fantastic. Fantastic. Only boozy scent I have is Bentley Intense for Men. I gave Richie G my bottle. It's been reformulated, apparently. It's a shadow of its former self, so the people who are into it say. Straight to Heaven is my favourite boozy fragrance. Love the rum cedar combo, not too sweet to this day, says Pradeep. Some guys cry if Spice Bomb Extreme is not in a top 10 winter list. Need that pat on the back. That's exactly what it is. People want patting on the back for their purchases. They want backup. They want people to say, well done, you. Guess what I have to say to that, Mitch? Don't care. Spot on. As long as I enjoy those fragrances, spot on, and they are worth their price, not spot on. Who gives a flying fuck? I don't think they are worth the price. You can get other fragrances that they just charge too much. I would always rather get the original, personally, but at the same time, exactly, it's your money. You pay for it. And you like it, you buy it. Good morning, Kelly Lyons. How are you? Kelly Lyons has made a video. I made a community post linking her channel. So, if you would like to go and subscribe, will you be making more videos, Kelly? I'll put the link to your channel in the chat, so that if people want to go and subscribe, I can. Pradeep, That reaffirmation seems very weird to me. I wouldn't light myself up with joy if I heard the thing I purchased was on one of those lists. Boson says, guys who put themselves up as the high moral judges, they are taking things too seriously. Yeah, straight clone is not that okay, but when something is similar to a famous fragrance, it's not a big deal. Jonathan says, how are you? Says Antonio. Rich, have you seen those jesters at Nishane have released an oud version of Hachivat? Rather comical that. It'll be shit. It's a fucking... It's not a good brand, that. Not in my opinion. Still outraged by what they did to Sultan Vetiver. Could have been a great fragrance, that. They shat on it with an amber wood. Got no complaints about Parfum de Marly getting hit. I spent good money on some of their products and was not really satisfied. It's the same as music. It's not possible to keep making original songs. No, there are only certain chords in music. I get what you're saying. Justin, welcome. I just bought Gucci Guilty Absolute yesterday and I love it. It's fantastic. It's so dry and it's profoundly unsweet. Like the opposite of sweet. Vic says, got my bottle of Iquitos, well done. I just will always like Percival and nobody can change my mind there. Then be comfortable in that. Just be happy with that. Brian says, Parfum de Marly is super generic and mass appealing at times, but they are not that much clones. Not more than about any other brand that I can think of. Bella, I just watched your video on LTP Clear the Russi. Dolphin is the one that's closest to being a clone. I think Herod's pretty close to... Which one's the Amber Nargile clone? And Herod's pretty similar to Tobacco Vanille for me. Lodomiello, he talks so much. He was on one of JJ's streams last month and we all died. He does talk a lot. He does talk at length. I hate Godolphin, says Boson. Enjoyed Beastly Frags, not Parfum de Marly. Godolphin is a pure clone. Has anyone tried Cartier's Passion Noir Absolute Burning Wood and Caramelized Sugar? Rob says, I see you're loving the old Pradas. Didn't you watch me in 2009? I told you they were great. I did. I just thought they would never go away. That's the thing with designer fragrances. And welcome, Robes. The thing with designer fragrances is that you think they'll always be there, you know? And then they just disappear one day and you're like, oh, God. What has happened? And I did watch you in 2000. Did I watch you in 2000? I think I started watching perfume videos in like 2010, 11. And I never commented for about 5 years. Like, I didn't comment on any videos, like, on YouTube ever. Just to watch loads of shit. Never commented. Starts off plastic, he does that. Bentley needs lots of maturation, which... I rarely get a pat on the back for the crazy unheard of stuff I buy, says Jonathan. Angoro 3 is pretty damn nice, but I'm a vodka guy, so biased. Boson says, I mean, when you get a fragrance, you love it, then you hear shit about the brand, it's been spoiled, you don't enjoy it the same anymore. That's on you, that Bosvaldo, mate. That's your problem. You've just got to fucking... You've just got to be more confident in your fucking... in what you like. You know what I mean? Find other people who like the same things you do. It's the best... It's like the best thing to do. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really say about that. I think I will do the weekly thing. It's kind of fun. Yeah. I think so too. Doesn't get low. Love Les Bons Guebois. 1970. Les Bons Guebois. 1978. Duchefort was never around in 1978, was he? No. Got some bloody lovely ribeye today, mate. Delicious. My favourite cut is filet mignon, but ribeye is up there. We call it anticricot over here, though. My code name for your stream is doing dishes with the duck. Lego East. Favourite muguet, guys? No, I don't like muguet. Yesterday I ordered Prada Amber from a Anoush, says Enrique. At least you'll get the made in Spain version. What a lovely surprise. How you doing, Rich? And hello, fragrance fans. Hello, Joe. Thank you. It's virtue signalling that goes on my nerves. It's not virtue signalling. Virtue signalling, it will get on your nerves, but that's not it. That was wise. Enrique Anoush is the best sauce to go to, says Bozo. Herod is quite different from TV. Tobacco vanille. It's a clone, then 80% of all sweet tobaccos are. Herod is better than tobacco vanille for me too. Still the best parfum de Marley. It's the best of the ones I've smelled. Absolutely, it's the best of the ones I've smelled. Still one of the worst fragrances I've ever smelled, if not the worst, was a Parfums de Marley. It was called Ispazon. Fucking atrocious. Absolutely hideous. Jesus. Really need to smell the Chanel as exclusives and the Hermes Essence collection when I get to Paris this summer. I should book a flight to England as well. Maybe hop over to Rich for some decants. You'll get fucking short shrift, my son. Wajan is a parfum de Marley Amber Nargile. I swapped it after one wearing for Zaharoff. Yeah, that the Amber Nargile one. There's one of them that is a massive Ispazon, Bozon. Just don't smell it, mate. You'll die. It's a fatal. I had to have fucking heart massage when I smelled that. It was fucking awful. So true, Ducker. They raised their prices 600%, so might as well be gone. Hello, all just tuned in while at work. Welcome, Lane, Luke Farr. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you get better, Rich. Thank you. It's not just me, I'm sure, Mitch. I'm sure it's not just you. I'm sure it's not just you. I'm not sure what that's in response to, actually. It might just be you. Oh, don't get rid of Mark Rochas Louis. It's nice. ISOE Super Plus floral notes. And no, Rochas Louis is not similar to Royal Oud. They were just my scent. They did all right, sorry. Dan has over 800 bottles. Who's Dan? I should also upload my rotations. It would be fun, though. I don't have many in the collection to do so. Have you tried Vintage Cristal? Might be up your alley. Well, yes, I have. And yes, it is. The Canali 1934 is just a name. It wasn't made in 1934. The grandfather of Aventus, in my opinion. That's new, Rachel. Justin Lazar, welcome. Been comparing some vintage Dior with today's versions. Leighton is definitely overrated, in my opinion. Ispazon versus Uncut Gem. Two absolute shockers. Only Parfum de Marley that I would recommend Rich trying is Shaggy. How are you doing today, Dunk? Ispazon, never heard of it. Shit. Cristal is fab. I heard there are actually some unique PFD, but found Rose Ikebana for a good price in Mexico again, says Homer. Rich, have you tried Philip Plein No Limits? I hear it's good. Oh, yeah. No, I've seen the advert and that's enough to put you off. Hamdani is actually not bad. Tried it after Christo talked about it. You watched the fight tonight, Mitch? Probably not. Dan is Mr. Smelly. Never tried Cristal ADP. It's very nice. The grandfather of Aventus is Lapidus Poor Arm, says Dev. Steph says 53 people, 20 likes. Be grateful we have the duck. Hit the like, says Steph's. Yes, if you'd like to hit the like, hit the like. Thanks. Rich, have you tried Mask Milano Monte Cristo? I just got it. Yes, I have tried it. And I liked it a lot. But it uses the same smoke note that's in Mona de Orio's Queer. And I prefer that, like, massively. I prefer that massively as a fragrance. It's a fabulous fragrance, that. Alexander Tronstadt says Hamdani is good. Yeah, I was surprised after just reading shit about it. Now it's basically the only parfum de Marley I want. Boson says Marley is entry-level niche. That's why you later graduate onto better things. There's a lot to be said for that, to be fair. Justin says Ramsey says No Limits has a Gucci Guilty Absolute vibe and is actually pretty good, but I haven't tried it. I don't even have a femme, Brian. You're just shagging hair. Have you tried Infusion de Vetiver from Prada? No, but there's one of them big 700. I think it's a 750ml or a 400ml bottle on eBay, and the guy only wants like 200 quid for it. It's a lot of fragrance for the money, that. Good evening, Paul Femo. If there is one parfum de Marley everyone should smell, it's Hamdani, says Alexander. Don't know why it gets the opposite recommendation usually. Hamdani, there is also Habdan, but I don't like that one much. I'm well, mate. I just woke up with the dog going nuts over the neighbour making noise. Rich, I noticed you had Homme de Grès. I'm interested in it. Do you like it? I do like it. It's right here. I do like it very much. Made by Gerard Anthony. It's a fabulous perfume. I get a little bit of... It's a smoke moss. It's got a smoky oak moss note in it. Citrus. I think it's a sheep. I might be wrong, but I think it's a sheep. Actually, I noticed you had Homme de Grès. Oh, sorry. Just bought Volutes on Vinted. Excellent perfume. I like that. Habdan is very different. I didn't care for Habdan either, but Hamdani is something else. Have you noticed Demi is no longer talking about Parfum de Marley? She's become more of a hindrance than a help. And no, I don't watch Demi. I don't watch any of that side of fragrance community. Let them crack on. It is of no interest to me, that side of it, the whole influencer side of it. Just boring, really. Rich, can you smell the Homme de Grès and Grès Monsieur? Defo there for me. The DNA says chocolate. I've got Grès Monsieur up here. I haven't actually fucking put it away yet, which is stupid. There it is. Grès Monsieur. Is that cat blue? Fucking hell, it is. I thought it was fucking black. Went to food, says DJ. Oh, it was nice. Sabre says Parfum de Marley is mostly lame crap, of which I tend to agree. Tested Ganymede finally. Not my thing at all. Aye, not for me at all. I respect the creativity and the fact that it's different. Tested Ganymede. Yeah, I didn't like Ganymede, I must admit. It's not my taste. If you've ever smelled Fin du Monde, somebody was talking about how the Aventus DNA began years ago with a different perfume. I'm telling you, smell Fin du Monde, which is 10 years old, and it's by Quentin Biche, and you will smell the beginnings or the basis or the spine of what's it called? You will smell the spine of Ganymede. It's just Molly go too far with their most niche stuff. It just smells weird and not pleasant at all. I don't like trying Parfum de Marly when perfume shopping. They screw your nose up and then you're buying neither Parfum de Marly or something you truly enjoy, says Duncan. They're very big perfumes, aren't they? Mladen Tesic, welcome. I know that Zerjov in your team has a bad reputation, but Red Hulber is my sincere recommendation. I am willing to try anything and sample stuff. So I may try that and see what it's like. There's no reason that they couldn't make a good perfume at some point, And I haven't smelled all of them. It's just I base my opinion on the brand by what I know about the brand. And I know that there are some people, there are genuine people who genuinely love it, like Boz. Boz was saying how he genuinely thinks that some Parfums de Marly are great. That's sound. That is fine. Do not feel as though you can't enjoy something because I don't enjoy it or somebody else doesn't enjoy it. Perfume-wise. Because it's all just a matter of taste, isn't it? You know what I mean? You like what you like, and it's your money. You can spend your money on what you want. But when I'm talking about it, and it's my opinion, I'll say my opinion. Excuse me. I still haven't tried Parfum de Marly. I haven't had the occasion, but it looks very cheap to me, like something done to be bought out by very young people attracted by coy packaging. I think there's an element of that as well. They're not targeted to me, those fragrances. Those fragrances are not for me, There's definitely and the same thing with Xerjoff as well, You can take your cue from the stuff that you can see in the background there, those fragrances. I have a very distinct taste. It is my taste. And every once in a while I'll buy something that is completely contrary to my taste because that's how I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think, well, there's that, the one I keep going back to is Le Male L'Essence Parfum, the one with the leather note in it. It's fucking great. Now, if I was to sit there and say to, I don't know, we'll say Eugene, if I said, Eugene, this is fucking marvelous, go and smell it. I imagine, I can almost guarantee you, Eugene would go and smell it and say, what the fuck? Have you had a bang on their head or something? This is shit. You know what I mean? Because it's not the world's greatest perfume, but there's something about it that I really like. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. It's sound. You have to be comfortable enough in yourself to say, fuck the world. I enjoy it. It's my money. It's mine. I will fucking like it. And if I want to go around telling everyone it's fucking great, just don't go out and buy it based on what I say. People have to take responsibility, and I take responsibility as well. I've had a couple of shocking recommendations off people, and it was my fault for buying it, not theirs. That's just fucking life, that. It just happens. That's just the way it is, like. Justin says, Rich, can you recommend some unique designers like Gucci, Guilty, Absolute, and Narciso Rodriguez for him? You've just done the job for us, to be fair. Strange and unique stuff, I mean. I probably could, but I'd have to go through my fragrance collection to actually do that. Look at Etro. The brand of Etro is fantastic. They're a designer. Their fragrances are tremendous for designers. I don't know if you can sample them, but see if you can find them. A few of the Hermes, like normal line, are really good as well. Like, Eau de Hermes is quite strange in the context of modern perfume because it's got that fiery kind of... look at this little 25 ml. I don't know if I'll ever use this. I just keep it for reference. It's a little pewter cap version. Guilty pleasures, that's what they're called, Justin. I was scratching around looking for that word. Guilty pleasures. We've all got them. and you shouldn't be ashamed of them. You should be you should revel in them. Tell people I like this, but it's shit. Do you know what I mean? It's shit. You wouldn't like it. I love it. Strange and unique stuff in the designer space is not an easy ask. Antace, Koros. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get fragrances like that released these days. Like, strange and unusual, because they're all so desperate. They're all owned by these big fucking multinational companies that are so big that the only metric that they use for their success is how much money they make. What they don't realize is that fashion and fragrance and that sort of thing isn't just about money. They charge fucking silly amounts of money for it, right? But the creativity side of it, trying to marry up the creativity and the need and the business side of it is an age-old nightmare. You know, artists used to have a patron. 500 years ago, they would have to have some rich benefactor who believed in them and would just give them money to do what they needed to do. Otherwise, they couldn't do it, and they always had to make fucking allowances for that benefactor as well. Because can you bite the hand that feeds you? You can get incredible fucking creativity from that tension, and you can also get a massive failure of creativity. It just depends how it's done. Depends how it's done. Something needs to happen in the designer space because we're fucking floundering at the minute. Otherwise it's just going to go under. And I mean, I don't necessarily mean go under as far as like financially. I mean like spiritually. Morally, it's never been fucking there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you about the morals of fucking designer brands and stuff like that, but like the whole idea behind it, Dev says, I think I'll go to sleep now, get some hours in before uni. Good night, Peel. Good night, Dev. DJ, want to eat your spicy animalistic indie takeout, have you? I have cooled off Demi since she did that video with Curly. I just, none of that side of YouTube interests me, and I'm sure I'm of no interest to them. I'm sure they're nice people, really. But what they've done in the name of clout on the internet, it's not. You know what I mean? It's not great, not in my opinion. Parfum de Marly can slob on my knob, says Phil. Does Bish use amberwoods in his perfumes? Yeah. Still haven't tried Parfum de Marly. I haven't had the occasion. Oh, sorry, I've read that. Wouldn't buy Parfum de Marly on principle. Don't want to smell someone else wearing what I'm wearing. If I can help, it says triplet. That's another good point as well. Comme de Garson's good as far as design is concerned. That's a good point as well. Just returned from Uncle Serge's. The new release is a beautiful aura, not a smoke screen, as some incorrectly put it, says Legoist. I listen to people like Demi too much. Lol, well, Herod and Percival and Sedley are all fine, says Boz. I don't mind Ganymede, actually. In fact, it was really divisive when it was released now, though. It has to be like to be in the cool club. The thing with it is now, I think, is that Dura Rose tells us that in the shop he works in, it fucking walks out the door, Ganymede. It's one of those fragrances that in like 3 or 4 years, people are going to be like, did you get the first batch? Do you know what I mean? What's the barcode? What's the batch code on your fucking, on your Ganymede? I think there's a very good possibility it could be the next Aventus. Which, fine, I just don't like it. Leighton is not bad, but a bit too tame. Damien and Povin Damali are the nepotism issues. There are nepotism issues. It's too much. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Let's have a mutually beneficial relationship. Let's not be critical of each other. Let's not fucking say certain things, and let's make sure we say other certain things. You know? I love vintage, old school and unique stuff, but I do enjoy some mass appealing stuff once in a while, but I still tend to bash a lot of popular stuff for lack of creativity. It's a love-hate. Yeah, I agree. There's some popular stuff that I fucking really like as well. I mean, Tour de Hermes, although I don't wear Tour de Hermes very much. I was thinking about this the other day. I've got a bottle of Tour de Hermes, I barely touch it, like. You know what I mean? And I would like to wear it more. You know? I would. And the thing is, with designer fragrance, I sort of had not a revelation, but a bit of a thought that, because I had a lot of time to think during this week, I've been lying on my fucking arse. Spent 2 days solid in bed, like literally not getting out of bed. I was going to the bathroom. I wasn't eating. I was fucking ill. But while I was lying there thinking, kind of occurred to us that I will buy older fragrances over modern designer releases every single time. And the reason for this really is that I think that there is a smaller and there is an ever decreasing chance of being able to get those older perfumes, right? So it's the whole supply and demand thing, whereas the newer stuff is always there. It's like Robes was saying earlier about the Pradas. Right, the reason I didn't buy those back in the day was because they were there, and they were always there, and you could always just go out and get them if you ever needed to, right? So that's why I would always go for the stuff that's gone before I would go for the stuff that was there. It's and I think I'm still like that, you know. If I think like there's a smaller brand, like Les Indomptables, I buy those up because you never know when that brand might just, you never know, they might fold, they might they might not be able to get a certain ingredient anymore. It's all that kind of thing. Bud Light could use a new sponsor, says Phil Stevens. If you drink fucking Budweiser, you've got bigger problems. Lipstick Bohemian, welcome. The bottles of Parfum de Marly just turn me off. They just look a little immature. I love vintage old school. Oh, sorry, I've read that. I agree. Zerjoff and Marley are targeted for more jet setter crowd. They just want people who need and want to be liked. No, that's the wrong way of putting it. It's for people who spend a lot of time around other people, and the type of people who they will be judged. They're worried about being judged for not smelling nice. You know, if you want to smell nice. I don't necessarily want to smell nice, because nice is a 4-letter word. Like cunt. That's a bit harsh, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you just have to buy shit perfumes. Spot on. Point in case today I bought Margiela Matcha Meditation. Do you know, sometimes you just do have to buy you do have to buy shit perfumes. We've all done it. Let's not take the piss. I've done it, certainly. I gave most of mine to Richie G. Sorry, Richie G. We're supposed to be friends. And I gave him most of the ones I just didn't want. He was like, oh, mate, you can't give us these. These are alpha. And I was like, mate, they're shite. I was like, get them away from us. You know what I mean? Look at that. I mentioned Parfum de Marly, and 30 minutes later, everyone is still shitting on them. That's a good point. It's a good point to raise, though. The fact that, because if not, it becomes a circle jerk, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It becomes everybody just sitting around, like, wanking each other off, going, yeah, fucking hate Parfum de Marly, they're fucking shit. You know what I mean? You need somebody in there who's going to say, no, actually, I quite like a couple of them. And it like gives you another point. It gives you another point of view. It gives you like a better perspective. It makes you stand back and think and use your mind. That's one of the reasons I don't like people who fucking do like free bottles for review, because they're all reviewing things and all saying nice things about it. Nobody's sitting there saying, actually, no, this is shit. Actually, no, this isn't very good. I don't like this, you know, because they'll get the tap turned off. They'll turn off the supply. Duck is the truth, says Stephs. The Davidoff is a unique design, a fantastic sillage, funky up-close citrus, animalic. Always a funky combo. I think I've dropped a bollock having this as a fucking as a spring and summer fragrance. I think this might have to go back into the deep dark chasm of autumn and winter perfume. That it's got this outrageous lime note at the top though, lime carnation, and then funky leather. Got a funk. I'm ashamed to admit I like Michael Kors Extreme Blue. Guilty pleasure, but nailed it. Netro's are really good. Etro's a fabulous house. Etro's a brilliant designer house. When you consider the fact that they're designers as well, get out there and smell them. Don't blind buy them, but get out there and smell them. I've got some of the original releases, and it's fantastic. I haven't tried the cologne Goma, but the current one is banging. In my own case, DJ, I get mad because it feels like people telling me my taste sucks. Well, that everybody, you are more than free to be told that your taste sucks, as the same way I am. Somebody comes up to me and says, your taste is shit. I'll be like, well, fucking, there's no accounting for taste. You know what I mean? There's absolutely no accounting for taste. People can tell you your taste is shit. You just have to say, well, I don't care. Bollocks. But I get what you're saying. Nobody wants to be told that the things they like are shit, or that somebody else thinks the stuff you like is shit. But like that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Just tell them to fuck off. It's a good old fashioned way. You know, fuck off. I don't care. Bollocks to you. You think my taste is shit? Fuck off. It's the only response. You know? Other Hermes are so poopy and pissy to me. Fucking hell, I'm behind on that. Some of the older women's designers hold up well today. They do. Poème L'air de Tombe. Vintages are better, but new ones are still pretty good. They're certainly better than most of the like recent releases that come on the market, like reforming, like the new Koros. The new Koros, right? The new version of Koros, the latest version, is better than 98, 99% of everything that's been released in the last 10 years. In the designer realm. In the signature designer realm. You know? New versions of old fragrances, that's what I would buy now if I didn't have all the actual vintage stuff from the time it was released. Because I like the old styles better. And then to add to that, I like the old actual, you know, like the fucking, like, you can still get this, I think, right? But this is the one that was made by Parfums Davidoff. So it's like, that's my, like, extra bit. That's like the extra step I like to go. But if I wasn't buying those, I'd be buying it like this. Lauder for Men. The new version of Lauder for Men is fantastic. I only sold the modern version that I had because I got another version of this one, the old one. You know what I mean? Couldn't name any of them, but Michael Kors has occasionally done some decent stuff over the years, says Justin. Blows on, it doesn't matter what they think. Years later, they'll love it. Yeah. It doesn't matter what other people think. Fuck other people. It's your money. It's your fucking nose. You have to experience it. Bollocks. Put an extra couple of sprays on. Make them suffer. You know what I mean? Fuck the people. Time to dehydrate, says Pradeep. Getting there. Hola, Scott McCarran Lewis. Welcome. Sometimes I wear perfumes I don't deem good because there's something I find amusing. I just want to. Spot on. You don't need to justify yourself. You don't need to justify. You don't feel the need to go out there and justify yourself. Everybody should be able to back up the things that they say, but you don't necessarily have to when it comes to like perfume. You know what I mean? If it's a matter of taste. You know, there are some things that are objectively poor, like Uncut Gem. I mean, I say that with like it's tongue in cheek. There are some people who actually like it. There's people who there's I can't remember whether it's Patchouli Pappy or another reviewer, but I released my first impressions, and they did there was a couple of reviewers, and they were like, it's not that bad, and there was one guy who actually quite liked it, right? His opinion is no more valid or less valid than mine. I just really hate it. I just fucking hate. Like, it elicits a very strong response for us, but the fact that it elicits a strong response doesn't mean that he can't like it. Like, I laugh about it because, you know, there will be people who like it. Like, one of the most surreal fucking parts of the hobby is trying to, like, wrap your head around the fact that somebody likes something that you hate. Like, how? Uncut Gem, though. Good God. Good night, Dev. They make canny, campy videos. Nice people, but campy videos. Who's that? I really enjoy Tom Ford for loud, bold fragrances. Sometimes I just have the urge to overspray Tuscan leather or tobacco vanille just cause. Yeah, fuck everyone. Fuck everyone else. Everyone is going to smell this and it's going to be painful for all concerned, including myself. You know what I mean? Get it up, yeah. Sergiu Sentacic. Greetings from Germany, Herr Duck. Greetings, Sergiu. How are you? I haven't tried PFD, but everyone I respect says they drain balls. I don't know what PFD is. Kelly Fragrances just uses too much sexual language, and her whole image is just too much, too vulgar. She knows what she's doing. She's gay. She says she's bi. You want my opinion? I think she's gay. I don't think she has any interest in having sex with men, personally. I might be wrong, but I think she says she's bi because she knows that's like 99% of her audience. And she knows what she's doing. And fair play to her. Because if you're the type of bloke who buys that shit, you deserve to have your fucking pocket picked. You know what I'm saying? You're a mark. I cannot hate on her for that. In fact, I think it's quite I don't want to say cool. I don't agree with the whole shilling thing. I don't agree. She did a Soldier Boy video and it was like, do you know what I mean? It was painful. Like, but if you want my honest opinion, that's it. I genuinely think she's gay. She doesn't have any interest in men, but she has struck gold or oil. You know what I mean? She knows what she's doing. She's doing very well doing it. She's enjoying herself. She's got a fucking long-term partner. I'm happy for her, to be perfectly honest. And not that she needs me to say that. You know? Doesn't need my permission to do fucking anything. Like all the other fucking people, I don't have to like the whole I don't have to like the whole free bottles for review and the whole top 10 lists all the time. And I tend to agree with you, the whole sort of over sexualization. I find it patronizing, but other people get titillated by it. They get tickled by it, and it gets them to put their hand in their fucking pocket. You know what I mean? It's tale as old as time. Gets on my nerves, says Boss. It gets on my nerves, but at the same time, I stand back and it's just like, bang. Abdul Rahman, is O Savage really that good? What you want is an older bottle. When Persolays was talking about his today, I went and got mine. As you can see, this is a little 50ml. Got myself Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. This is from, oh, it doesn't have the thing on the bottom. This is an 80s bottle. I think mine's an 87 or a 97. It's either 87 or 97, but I think it's 87. Or 97. It's one of them. These versions, this version, the one in the brown bottle with the red writing. See you later, Lego East. The brown bottle with the red writing. If you can get one of those, it's a different fragrance. It really is. The modern version of this is shit. Like, I really don't like it. That's a much greener one. Personally, this is right. It's got a lot less musk, and it's got a lot more oak moss. It's greener. I agree, boss. She just wants attention. That's currency. Attention's a currency now, though. Rich does the odd frag sniff like some do the occasional line of coke. Yes, I've been told about this. I've been told about this, yeah. Rich, you stood me up? Oh, bollocks. I was with another commenter. I'm sorry I had to find out like this. Just sold off all my Parfum de Marly, says Scott Lewis, and Xerjovs and BTVs. Replaced with a Riesler Dorian Bortnikov. So much happier. I'm glad you are happier. I saw already people talking about the recent versions of Ganymede reformulated. They are worried already. Go figure. People fear of missing out. That's currency on the internet as well. I suffer from that. The piss jug's building up, says DJ. Frankly, the Dutch accent is not my favourite, says Bozon. Tess seems to be reformulated the most way, so he's now very faint. Yeah, it's not as strong. What you want's the Parfum. The Parfum's tremendous. Quick thoughts on Smolto. Which Smolto? Smolto's a house, not a perfume. This is Malto Smolto. I like it. It's very good. It's good. It's not very good. Don't overpay for it. Evening, MJ. You're wearing Histoires de Parfum. I've got some Histoires de Parfums coming. I've also got some Grossmith samples coming. So we will be doing and maybe on Monday, that's when they arrive. They're going to go in the rotation. I'm thinking of doing some samples that DJ sent me next. The Angelos creations. So we will be doing those. I was going to do the 80s de Venustus, but I thought better of it. We'll do them again later. I love Tour d'Hermes and Flankers too. Probably that was always the case. How about Montal's gas tank bottles? Oh, they're fucking shite. Fuck Montal. Actually, I pretty like Hermes. They're not perfumes. They're like fucking... They're just smells. They're like room fresheners that you wear on your skin. Not even room fresheners. They're too dense. But there are other people out there who fucking love them. Centrifugal Force. He's a fucking brilliant channel. He's got fucking hundreds of them. He fucking loves it. I love him. He's brilliant, by the way. Centrifugal Force deserves a lot more fucking love than he gets. And I watch some of his lists and stuff, and I'm like, fuck me, that's awful. But he could do exactly the same thing to me, you know what I mean? Tyro's had a shit ton of ice, so yeah, it was based on that. Do you have backups of Les and Demodable? No, I don't, but I have thought about it, I must admit, especially Ambra Supreme. It's like they've worked hard on getting them to look as naff as possible. Xerjov has a massive range. Proddy, are you deleting messages like you wouldn't believe? Proddy, settle down. Germs has been timed out. A mistake. Mind you, I can't complain. I've fucking made many a mistake like that. That's where people who arrange their whole image according to other people's standards. Yeah, it's people are stupid like that. Brian says Zerjov has a massive range. Lots of that, yes, but also skanky youths. They do have a massive range. Performance wankers whose only goes to make sure every single person smells their shit and something and somehow think they're not a cunt, says DJ. Too much groupthink, says Bosco. Yes, too many people have not enough self-esteem. I was at the movies last Saturday and in came a guy who smelled like Spice Bomb. I thought it was positive. Influencers offer companies first, the people third. Yes. Hello, Ashley Bissett. I'd love to have a long talk with you, Mitch. You are a great conversation partner. Let's have a pint someday, no problem. You too. Taste should be polarizing, says Pontabone. If everyone likes it, whether you wear, that means you're doing something wrong. Spot on. Yeah, about taste, I don't think good taste exists. The only way to inflate our ego. I think commonly people use it when they agree about something. Yes. It's all relative. Seems like everything except tech stuff was better before than now. Nostalgia's a massive problem. Nostalgia's a problem in politics. You know, when people say everything used to be better, it didn't. It just fucking didn't. Like crime. People say, oh, we should bring back the fucking death penalty. We should lock people up for longer like we used to. Crime is at its lowest fucking rates. Historically low rates across the Western Hemisphere. Doesn't feel like that, because if you're a victim of crime, you certainly don't feel like crime is fucked off. You know what I mean? But that was an extrapolated example. I love Louder for Men, says Justin. I love Louder for Men. No matter every frag comment, there will always be followers that not only like what everyone else is, they're incapable of individual thought. My next vintage buy might be the Love Girl on Mahora. I dig it, says Brian. I think either Renouge or Le Parfumier has a bottle of Mahora. Can someone answer this? Why does Zaharoff hang out with total losers, says Boson? I don't know that they are total losers, but they are his friends. He hangs out with his friends. I've stopped hunting superior vintages when perfectly satisfied with current. It's probably a good idea. I'm starting to think he's not that smart, says Boson. Honestly, Nick, it's been so blown out of proportion. Both new Chorus and Louder for Men are way better than the vast majority of new designer and niche. Absolutely nailed it, Scott Lewis. Watch the Lizard, says Boson. What? Cheap Imitation is a thoughtful and good reviewer. Yes, Cheap Imitation and Patchouli Pappy. He liked Uncut Gem. Absolutely, Fosco. That was him. Speaking of Davidoff, I wore Lancaster Cool Water today. I wouldn't pay a premium for vintage. I'm glad I got mine for a good price. There's no objective criteria for good perfumes. I just automatically assume people are exaggerating nowadays, says Nick, which is a shame, as a minority truly are superior. Shelley, yes, she is talking about scissoring, says Boson. Curly Fragrance is completely gay, I agree. What was the rumour about her being paid by a Escada? No idea. One day Sims will find out that porn is free, says Brian. Trash channel will never watch Curly Fragrances, says Steps. I just find her so intolerably stupid and annoying. Stop watching her. Forget about her. Guys who watch her are the types to comment stories on how 10 women hit on them every day because of their fragrance. At the end of the day, you can vote with your feet, says Nick. Agree. Stay away. That's just what I do. I just don't watch. Just don't pay attention. Loads of channels I've walked away from. And people are more than welcome to walk away from mine if they think I've said something that they don't like or that they don't want to fucking do. That's sound. I know I shouldn't really care about this stuff. Someone's selling out and using their sexuality to get ahead in life. I understand if it pisses you off as well. You can be pissed off about it, you know, and you can voice your displeasure, you know. And you have the right to do that as well. Hello, my handsome and sexy dirty bastards. Someone needs to make a montage video every time she says that. Would be a great torturing device. I think she's vulgar too. Too much sexual in her. But if I say that being a woman, then I say I'm just jealous. Bozon says, I just get angry when women influencers collaborate with her just because they're all women and have many subs. I mean, you can't stop people from being friends and doing collaborations and videos together and stuff like that. But it's the whole culture, it's the wider culture for me of if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If it's mutually fucking beneficial, our interests converge. That's the way that George Carlin put it. It's where interests converge, and the problem I've got is that you pay for all these free trips that go on. You pay for all these free bottles they get. You pay when they are paid. When they are paid for a review, that money's coming out of your pocket because it's coming from the company that you are then buying. It's this unvirtuous circle. You are buying from the houses they are promoting, who are then using that money to give to them to promote them. And they do it on the cheap as well. They don't get paid lots of money for these reviews. You know? It's bollocks. I love Groschmith full nunna. Don't pay attention to that. Gabe managed to put me off the whole house with his toilet seat comment on JJ's stream, says Nick. Montal is definitely in my top 3 worst brands. Montserrat somehow is much better. Oof. Got my bottle of hashish hon today to see that Ramsey's been talking about it. Freaking great, says Scott. Centrifugal Force is a legend in the community. He is, he's an OG. He's been around for years. Smolto Pour Homme, fantastic fragrance. Demi was pushing Montal for a while, 2 free bottles. Yo, Keith. Hello, Keith. Can I be heard now, cis germs? You are. Free germs. It's crazy seeing my YouTube feed popping up with videos of influencers coming back from restaurants with bottles, with lots of free bottles. Kind of annoying. That is annoying, yeah. I find it, like I say, I find it patronizing. That's why I don't like it. I find it extremely patronizing. Rock, paper, scissors sounds like a good name for a first fragrance. I started watching Curly like a year ago. A channel I actually don't like at all is Monica Colognes. I have that feeling that she doesn't even like one single. She doesn't smell one single time the fragrances she talks about. It's weird. You know that guy with the baseball cap who was thrashing Dan recently? Last night, George posted a video of him having pizza with that guy and a few others. I have no idea who those people are. Do they have an obligation to be virtuous? Not necessarily, no. But I also don't have to not say that I don't like it. Respectfully, Bozon, you don't like being slagged on by people, but you give it rather easily, says John. Is that so, John? I don't agree. And on that very friendly note, I'm going to dehydrate. Give me 2 minutes. Oh, why the fuck's the heat on? Oh, I'm going to take a towel. Hi. I'm back, and I'm gonna take some motherfucking tablets. So, I've still got some antibiotics for my chest. They've worked to a point. I'm still not clear of it, like, I feel weird as fuck. I once had a chest infection when I was younger and I kept smoking fucking weed all throughout the infections. The fucking tit. Jesus. I was 18 at the time, do you know what I mean? You do stupid shit when you're 18, don't you? God. Ooh. Wow. That was a lot of tablets. Okay. I'm back. So, some reviewers say, ask the brand for this bottle to be sent. Like, what's that supposed to imply? Yeah. Like, have you got any pride? You know what I mean? Have you not got any pride? Like, stop asking, begging. Please, sir, can I have some more? 3 bottles. How many influencers peddling bottles they got for free? I saw starting the video with a disclaimer of how they obtained the bottles. It's not even that. They should be putting includes paid promotion. And they should be reported for not fucking putting that. It's as simple as that. I'd love to be a fly on the wall at prom, says Phil. It kind of sounds a bit perverted, that, Phil, to be honest with you. Well then, my friend, we're disagreeing, no worries. It's just that group of losers you referred to would have included me, wouldn't it? As I considered George a friend. What's this? What I can't take, give it and take it. Respectfully, Boson, you don't like being slagged off by people, but you give it rather easily. I give it and take it, says Boson. What I can't take is being ignored or being slagged off by people I consider friends. Oh then, my friend, we disagree, no worries. It's just that group of losers you referred to would have included me, as it wouldn't. As I consider George a friend, I hate fake positivity, damn as some of that. People acting like they have nothing against anyone in public. Once the camera off, they start thrashing everyone, says Boson. I was speaking about this specific guy, plus one more. Don't want to disclose who, sorry if you were offended, says Boson. I lost all interest in Mr. Smelly after he banned me for absolutely no reason, mate, says Nick. He did, that's strange. Sometimes he can be moody. James, read my shout. I was referring to a couple of people only. My mate Lewis is friends with George too. No worries, boss. I don't bruise easy, brother. I'd have to hold your opinion in high esteem to be offended. That was kind of hurtful, but I'll take it, says Boson. One standard for the super chatters, another for everyone else. I'll leave it at that, my friend, says Nick. Manly senses I lost interest in Smelly when he started bringing on the same guest 3 times a week to discuss everything except fragrances. I like Dan as a bloke and will still watch his sparse vintage streams. What happened to Lupe Experience? Do you remember that reviewer from the past? I do, and I don't know what happened to him. Dear me, that's a fucking... That is, well done, Enrique. Maybe so, I thought you were a burner account, says Boson. Dan can be extremely clumsy with his ban hammer, says Boson. One of my favourite channels, dude has great style, says Spaced Out. Manly, I completely agree with you about Smelly, says Stephs. I like that Dan doesn't just have his guests only talk about fragrances. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to let you down on that score, mate, because I only talk about fragrances. I mainly talk about fragrances. Like, I respond to the chat, but I try to keep talking about fragrances because that is, excuse me, that is the topic at hand. That is the subject at hand. It doesn't get tiresome in the long run. You have to watch something else if you're not enjoying it. Ooh. Incense Rose. When am I going to wear you? I really like Incense Rose, but I wore Labs today. I wore Labs by Filippo Solcinelli. I'm going to send my bottle of... No, I'm going to send my sample set of the Filippo Solcinellis to Phyllis from the Lazodorants podcast because she's really into incense. So I think that'll be a good use of the sample set. I am going to be putting this back here. Oh, here. There it is. Don't fall over. All you do, but you know how to chat. Also, Dan, like everyone else on YouTube, I tune in when it suits me, and if it doesn't, I don't. Not hard. Rose incense from Amawaj is nice too, says Pradeep. I literally spent 8 hours on base notes today. Can definitely exclusively talk about fragrances for hours, absolutely. I mean, fragrances are a subject that is not always easy to discuss and keep everyone interested at the same time. Unless you're into fragrances. Depends how far you went. There are different degrees of how into fragrances you are. You know? It sounds like you're just not as into fragrances as some other people are. You know? It's just... There's no wrong with that. It's just how it is. If I thought this fucking Tino Cosmo was leaking, you rascal. This is fucking lovely, by the way. He sent us a free bottle of this before, I think, and then he sent us this as well. It's lovely. It's meant to look like a mask. Is it a mask? It's got a little turtle on it. I quite like that. Manly Sense says, call me crazy, but Fragcom streams are not where I go looking for discussions on subjects other than fragrances. There's a whole world out there. It's a very good point, that. That's a very good point. Looks like a tie to me, says. That's what it's supposed to be. I thought it was an angry face. Look at it. It's coming to get you. Look. Ah! Get off my lawn. That's what it's saying. I'll shoot you. I'm not fried crazy, but I am into them, yeah. I get your point. You really got to be into them to be interested in just talking about them. Well, that's it. You come to somewhere like this, going to be talking about fragrances. Want to talk about other stuff? There are other places to talk about it. I'm not saying go away. That's not what I'm saying. But sorry, I'm just going through some. I got old square bottle of Lombardon's Low now. Absolutely beautiful. Smells more full compared to the newer, rounder bottles, says James. I like my Lombardon's Low. Where are you, Lombardon's Low? You're back here. Fuck. There we go. There it is. I really enjoyed this a couple of years ago. Couple of years ago, Lombardon's Low was one of my most worn fragrances, you know. I haven't worn it a lot recently, if I'm being honest. I have worn it this year so far, and it is a fantastic fragrance. I really like it. But, yeah, I just haven't been that bothered or into it this year. Oh, for the last couple of years even. This is what happens, you see. This is why they say you shouldn't buy 100ml bottles. Because you never know when, like, you're just going to be like, well, I've worn a lot of that. I'm not going to wear it anymore. I wouldn't replace it if it ran out, you know what I mean? Or when it runs out. Oh, my God, how am I going to store these? Do not, Tino Cosma, you are being naughty. Stop that. There it is. Yes. Okay, I'll piss off, as Liam Gallagher would say. See you later, Boson. Any thoughts on vintage Mustard Cartier for women's manly scents, Duck? Not me. I was thinking of sampling Rose and Queer and Synthetic Jungle for the green aspects of the fragrance. Have you tried them? Yes. Not a fan of either of them, but they are. I mean, Synthetic Jungle is much greener than Rose and Queer. Is there an online resource for dating different versions of Chanel Pour Monsieur? Have you tried Raiders of the Lost Scent? Love L'Ombre, it's on my to-buy list, says Paul Femo. I'm going to buy Diptyque Benjoin Candle. Well, since you raised the spectre of the old Diptyque candle, allow me to present you the latest one I've been giving a bit of a burn. This is Geranium Rosa. And it is fantastic. This is fantastic for spring. You would love this. It's geranium and rose, really. Got a kind of green, fresh, minty, little bit red, floral aspect to it. Very nice. Very nice. The geranium Diptyque fragrance is really nice as well, but it's very fleeting. I'm digging geranium fragrances at the minute, says Pradeep. I am too. Geranium Pour Monsieur is lovely. Boson says, I was just trying to explain why I like being on dance streams. He mixes it up, makes it a bit more diverse. Manly Sense says, Boz, one can find time for a couple of 2-hour streams per week that focus on fragrance. It's not a 24/7 thing. You don't have to be obsessed to watch. Sell L'Ombre, says Pradeep. I just realized that Chanel raised their prices on all their fragrances. The X line is now $425 for 200ml. Yikes, yes, they did that recently. £350 for fucking 200ml now. It was £270 14 months ago. Someone put Pradeep in timeout, says James. Only I can do that. Phil says, Bozan, you should start your own channel. It seems you have a lot to say constantly. See, that's what I mean, Pradeep. You just said how you like geranium. To me, that means nothing. I mean, dissecting sense, but by all means, you do that, and I will do what I like. I do have my own channel, Phil, says Bozan. He does, yes, I'm subscribed. Steph's, I've only smelled must pour on. How long in general does a diptyque candle last you? I think Benjamin candle would be great for Christmas time. It would certainly last you Christmas time. Depends how much you burn it. I think they get like 40 hours or something silly like that. Depends on the size as well. These are the sizes that I usually buy, the 190 gram ones. And to be honest with you, you don't always need to fucking burn it to get the smell, like, especially when you first open it. And if you get the Christmas special ones, they come with a lid. You see, usually, right? You see that's how they come usually. But if you get the Christmas ones, you get this fucking nice lid. You get like a black lid sometimes. You get a gold lid. I use the gold lids and I use the black lids. So, okay, bye all. See you later, Bozan. We still like you, boss, says Manly Sense. Bozan, this is fragrance dissection. It's discussion more than dice. I think you meant discussion. Although I do try to dissect sometimes. 100ml Byredos have gone from 185 fucking out to 200. What the fuck? That's obscene. Byredos aren't worth half that, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, all good, man. I was being totally honest because I feel I can do that here without being judged, says Bozan. You can. See you, Ash. Bye, Bozan. Thanks, Mitch, for subbing. That's sound. Geranium is a fantastic note. I agree. I was a bit funny about geranium at first, but I'm a big fan these days. It was geranium Pour Monsieur last year that did it for me. Fucking hell. Horrendous, Michael, says Tripler. I snuck in before the price rise and grabbed an eau de cologne. Some are delectable. Are candles cheaper there? Scandalous here. I want to say 40 quid, 45, 50. All the price increases are just a test of your passion. Has nothing to do with your money, says Bill. I only love Baldafrit, Rich, but it's a must-have, says Nick. I liked Pulp. I thought Pulp was quite nice, if a little weird, you know. Sir Jew says, Rich, what do you think about Coram? Like it, love it, hate it? I like it. I've got a vintage version, and it's one of the only fragrances that cause me to come out in a rash. I like it, but I don't wear it very often, if I'm being honest. But I do like it. It's one of those fragrances that's like a reference, and I keep it as a reference. It's just fucking oak moss through and through, isn't it? Pulp is interesting, but would you wear it daily? I don't wear anything daily. That's the kind of issue I've got, isn't it? People say, oh, what would be like your signature scent sort of thing? If people ask me what a signature scent fragrance, tell us what your signature scent fragrance would be. If I had to recommend one to somebody, one of the first ones that would come to mind would be Zaharoff's signature Pour On. And I paid for my bottle. Know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking talk about people getting free bottles for review and stuff like that. Paid for my bottle, I have no problem telling you. It's a fantastic signature perfume. It was a good price. Good bottle. Fucking spray shit. If I'm being perfect, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things that stand out to me as being wrong. One of them is the sprayer, and the other one is that it's such a good. It's such a good. It's got the weakness of its strength. I've said this before. It's got the weakness of its strength. It's one of those fragrances you can wear anytime, any place. And when you've got a collection like I have and a lot of you have, there's almost in every situation you've got something else you would rather wear because it's more geared towards that situation. Do you know what I mean? Signature pour on. If somebody who wasn't into fragrances came to me and said, I want to smell different from everything else that's on the designer shelves, I want a good quality fragrance that lasts and it has good ingredients and it's well made, signature pour on by Zaharoff. I have no problem saying that whatsoever. I paid for my bottle as well, so regardless of what anyone else says. There are other fragrances that I feel that way about, but that one always comes to mind. Again, the main reason I don't wear it is because with having all the other perfumes I've got, I always feel like there's something else that does what I want at that time more. See you later, boson. Have you tried tobacco mandarin from Byredo? No. Do you like most pour on? Not my cup of tea, but it's a more luxurious obsession for men. I'm not sure how I feel about obsession. I think wrap me head around it. Yeah, that was probably the wrong question, Rich, but theoretically, says Nick. Hello, goodbye, Jura. Right, sod off then. Equipage Geranium, I think, is great, but honestly similar to the original. I have both, and commonly I feel I need one previous version of the original. Sent the Day Savile Row by Richard James. Again, this one has ensorcelled me. This one has me ensorcelled. Ensorcelled? What? I need to check that one out, John. Manly never smelled must pour on. I got a shop near me that's selling vintage women's muscati, and I heard people compare it to vintage women's obsession. It is a great fragrance for sure, says Ashley Bissett. Nick says, Pradeep, still haven't tried Equipage or Equipage Geranium. Really need to try out more Hermes. One of the better houses out there, I've heard. I've overlooked in all my years of collecting. Hello, Jura. He's back. Jonathan missed an auction on that. Always wanted to try. Some say it's a smarter. It's the smarter of metrosexuality. Start. Yeah, Synthetic Jungle is too green for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people it's green. To me, it's got this lily shitty fucking vibe to it that I don't like. I really don't like. I just don't like white florals, to be honest with you. They just turn my stomach a bit. Hey, Jura, how are you today, says Enrique? Equipage Geranium is discontinued. Alexander Tronstadt, is Savile Row a place in England where they sell nice clothes? Yes. Opinions on you or someone like you? I have a video on it. When I was doing my first impression series on the House of Eldo, there's a playlist. Unisex for sure, but so well made and unique. Synthetic Jungle smells a bit like rhubarb to me, says Jura. Steps, yeah, Must was a huge influence on Obsession, no doubt, says Manly Sense. Signatures in the heritage category always pushed aside for something else. I bought a few of these recently. Mizoni Womos. Has anybody tried these? This, for me, this bottle reminds me massively of M7. Oh. Like, this is, I mean, look at the fucking sprayer on this. Is cheap as all fuck. It's even got a little arrow on it, just so you know which way it's facing. That's handy. Is there a good yuzu fragrance? Not Galleria. Yes, Note de Yuzu by Healy. It's that one that looks like the front of an old oven again, says Nick. Yes, buying and storing Chanel's is safer than Bitcoin or SP500, totally. Yeah. Tripler, funny, someone who I know recently said that about Perry Ellis OG was the start of metrosexuality. I mean, the kind of the crystallization of metrosexuality would come in with Dior Homme for me. You know, that would be my pick for metrosexual man. It's so fucking good. It really is extremely fucking good, that. And you've got this Mizoni Woman. I mean, these two fragrances on your screen right now could not be more different. Could not be more different. Like, these are two incredibly different fragrances. DH would go so great. Dior would go so great with clothes from that era. So spaced out. That looks vintage. It certainly is. Yes, Smiley, my girlfriend loves it. Just got a vintage 90s women's obsession 1.7 gift set with body lotion for $30 USD. I'm so happy. That was a wordy message. Dear me. I choked on my own tongue reading that. Do you know what I quite like? And I haven't worn it yet, but I'm going to. And I've actually got a backup of this. But it smells very Coeur de Jaune. Is Lumiere Noir. Lumiere Noir. Oh, this Mizoni Uomo's outrageous. I'm glad I've got it. I mean, the prices on eBay are fucking silly. I put one up on eBay just at like... I put one up on eBay, not necessarily to sell it, just to... Well, I mean, obviously to sell it. If somebody was to buy it, I would sell it for the price I've put it up for. But I just wanted to see what sort of traction it got. What sort of interest it got, you know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Put it up for 275 quid. Fuck. What? What the fuck is going on? I guarantee you I have not committed to buy that for 250 fucking pounds. At all. Yeah, 130 I have, not 250. Jesus fuck, I shit myself. Jesus Christ on a bike. Fucking Christ. Fucking yeah, I didn't. I thought that was some kind of scam I'd been done for. So, I have been buying up Eau Sauvage because it's been discontinued. Eau Sauvage Parfum has been discontinued. Right? So I've been buying it up. And I've got a saved search. Now, eBay, bless it, includes Sauvage, like Sauvage, not just Eau Sauvage, but includes Sauvage in its searches when it comes up. Were you a fan of the magic numbers, Richard? What, mate? So it comes up quite a lot. And I am always being... Yes, Ashley Bissett, it's been discontinued. It's not on the Dior website anymore. It's not on the Dior. It's not on the Dior website. But anyway, yeah, Eau Sauvage, right? I've saved the search. It comes up with a lot of Sauvage, right? I've got Eau Sauvage Parfum saved, so it comes up with a lot of fucking Eau de Parfum, Eau Sauvage. It comes up with a lot of fucking Parfum Sauvage, and every once in a while it'll come up with fucking Eau Sauvage Parfum. And I've bought a few, I must admit. I got a 200ml bottle. Get this, I got a 200ml bottle with about 10, 15, 20ml missing for £70, right? On auction. Right, shout out to Joey Cannoli, because every time I bid on a fragrance, I've just got into this habit now, right? I put 69 pence at the end of the fucking, at the end of the bid, right? It is really discontinued, Pulp Ephemeral. It's not on the website anymore. You can get the 50ml, you can't get the 100ml, and I imagine once the 50ml are gone, the 100ml, like, it'll be gone. That's what I'm assuming is happening, but you can't get the 50ml on the British Dior website. Anyway, that's what I'm basing my thingy on. I'm pretty certain in my proposition. Anyway, back to my story. Quotations eliminate all the shit you don't want to see. Available for now in France. 100ml, Pradeep. 100ml, are they? Because they're not in Britain. But anyway, stop this. Eau Sauvage Parfum, right? One came up in my feed, and it was the vintage. It was the 2012. And I was like, 2012, I'm not sure about that. Person wanted 250 quid for it. I was like, well, you mad fucker. Behave on self. I was watching it for a day. No, it wasn't even a day. It was about 7 hours, right? And the person sent me an offer, right? They had it up for 250 quid. They sent me an offer for 170. And I was like, bollocks, it's not worth 250. It's not worth 170. I'll offer you 130. Sealed, 100ml vintage, right? Fucking, they accepted the offer. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then when I went to pay for it there, it came up and said, you have committed to buy this for £250. And I was like, no, I fucking haven't. I was like, no, I fucking haven't. You can kiss my fucking ass. There's no fucking way. So shit, that was me shitting myself, thinking, I'm not paying 250 quid for that. Bollocks. Fucking bitches be tripping. Let's see what the chat's saying now, shall we? Mizoni Womo is an acquired taste. I really like it, says Manly Sense. It's not easy, is it? What do you mean discontinued, Ashley? Well, I believe it is discontinued. I've gleaned this from the website. Pat Lester says the reformulation of Dior is a crime. They totally removed the iris. Whoever thought that? That's the 2020 version. Abhorrent perfume. Whoever thought of that should be tied to a pole and executed by a firing squad. That would be Francois Demachy. Really? Discontinued? How much fucking Eau Sauvage Parfum does one man need? I mean, it's not going to go down in price, is it? You know what I mean? Quotations eliminate all the shit you don't want to see, says the etherealist. Insider knowledge. You can still get it at discounters, but it has crept up in price, says Stephs. Available in the Netherlands on Dior as well. Maybe it's just not available in the UK anymore. You know how we've left the EU? Bastards. Although I'll say this, apparently we're joining that Pacific trade thing with Japan and Canada and New Zealand and Australia and Chile. So that'll be fun. No more fucking 20% on my Japanese woodblock prints. I like 2012 Eau Sauvage Parfum and back that up. Don't know the 2017 if I will back that up. I really like the Elemi in it. I've got enough now, don't get us wrong. I've got enough fucking Eau Sauvage Parfum. And I wear the fuck out of this bottle. But I've got a lot of this now. This is one of them fragrances that I imagine always enjoy, and if not, then I can always sell it on and get my money back. That's what I'm like interested in. I'm not buying these to like invest in them. Really, I just want my money back. Like, you know, if I sell them, which I'm not sure I'm gonna want to do. Sold me Aventuses, by the way. I think the last time I spoke to you, I hadn't sold them. Sold them both within 24. Well, not even 24 hours, more like 4 hours. You know what I mean? Put them up for sale. One of them went straight away within an hour, and the other one, like a bloke sent us an email and was like, "Don't sell it. I'll buy it tomorrow." I was like, "Sound." Available in Netherlands on Dior as well, and saw it in stores today. Doubt it's discontinued. As with most Diors, occasionally they go out of stock for a few days, weeks. That's why people keep thinking that DHP goes away when it's not. Well, I've been told by multiple sales associates that it's not on the reordering list. Right? I've also searched on the Dior website, and it's not on the Dior website in this country available as 100 mils. It is available as 50 mils. So I don't know whether it's a Brexit thing. I don't know whether it's a discontinuation thing. I do feel comfortable in saying that it's discontinued, though, because it's fucking in Britain, maybe, if I have to alter that. You know? Excuse me. La couche de diable, says Sergio. Super happy as I've just got over an extremely good price. Just got it over an extremely good price. And even if you don't like it, I do. I don't care. Spot on. La couche de diable. Are you in England, Sergio? Because I've seen that pop up on eBay and it was 88 quid. And even I thought that was a good fucking price for it. I think I know what bottle you're talking about if you're in England. Yes. Oh no. You can still get it at discounters, but it has crapped up in price. I'll believe it when I say it. I highly doubt it's discontinued. No, Germany got it here for 70 euros for 50 mil. There's 100 mils for oh yes, you said as well. Sorry, Sergio. There's 100 mils for £88 here at the minute. And I thought about it, I must admit. Still available in Italy for now, says Pulpa Femo. When a fragrance is discontinued, they don't remove it from all sites at once. It becomes until stocks last, so to speak, says Manly Scent. Sells more than Fahrenheit, says Proddy. Are you sure? I like 2012 Eau Sauvage Parfum. I back that up. I don't know if the 2017 I'll back up. I think I prefer it because of the Elemi. I really like Elemi at the minute. You know, you're a proper fraghead when you ask, what do you mean discontinued in a manic tone? The 2017 Eau Sauvage Parfum, because of you, love it. Ah, happy days, Enrique. I'm glad that worked out. But I do know that feeling, that heart-stopping, tapping feeling. Like your heart starts thumping and your fingers start tapping on the screen. Sweat starts rolling down your forehead and piss starts rolling down your leg. You get scared. You're like, oh shit. Wonder if I live long enough for the estate of Rich Mitch perfume auction at Sotheby's. You will be bored from Sotheby's. I will bar you from it. You probably will live longer than I will, though. Certainly the way I'm carrying on with my fucking health. Oh. Oh, Germany got it here for 70 years. DHP does what it wants, says Bob. Kelly says, who are your favourite Japanese woodblock artists? There was a Sotheby's auction a couple of weeks ago. I was tempted. Kelly Lyons, do you watch the Sotheby's auctions on YouTube? Because I watch them. I watch Christie's, and there's another one as well, and I can't remember who the fuck it is. But I watch the auctions. I think they're fascinating and they're amazing. The prices are batty. Obviously, I'm not getting involved when like your starting price is like fucking what, 18 million fucking dollars. They did one in Hong Kong recently, and they were like, $30 million. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then you realise that's like what, £3 million, which is obviously more money than I've ever had. But you know what I mean. My favourite would be, I like Hokusai. I mean, I know that's basic as fuck. Hiroshige. Do you know David Bull? Do you watch David Bull's channel, Kelly? David Bull's channel's amazing. I get too many bottles, Rich. I got too many bottles, Rich. 50ml will go a long way. Yes, I know the feeling. How much do you want for Safari, Mitch? I've got a bottle on eBay. David Bull, Bull. Just put David Bull into YouTube and you will find him. He's been on YouTube for years doing Japanese woodblock prints, and he sells them all over the world. And they're all right. They're good. That's where I got my Great Wave poster from. I only watch antique auctions because I collect ancient vases, says Nick. I mean, Chinese vases? 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 I learned my discontinuation lesson with Rive Gauche Pour Homme, says Nick. Fucking one of the most overrated fragrances ever. Sorry. I love vintage and discontinued fragrances. This is nice. It ain't fucking 300 quid a bottle nice. It ain't 250 quid a bottle nice. Watch, I'm gonna end up wearing this tomorrow and then going out and getting a fucking backup. Greek, South Italian and Cypriot. Have you ever been to Knossos? Not that that's got a lot to do with the old pottery, but I went to Knossos. I only watch antiquities auctions because antiquities, not antiques. Jesus. Ashley Bissett, just get in touch. Send us an email. We can talk about it. I've got a couple of bottles for sale. I've got a bottle for sale, definitely. But it's like the Cosmere version, you know. Maybe DHP will go the distance with the OG formula. I doubt it. It would be one of the first fragrances to ever do that. I only watch antique, so I do. Fascinating to watch. No, David Bull. David Bull. It is David Bull. I can put his link in the chat if you want. Yes, Knossos actually made me go deeper into ancient history, mate. Yes, I've been there myself. My fucking experience of Crete was that the sand was so hot that when I stepped on it, I had to run into the sea because the sand was too hot. It was fucking ridiculous. I thought my feet were going to melt. Yes, Knossos made me go deeper into history. How dare you smell vintage? How dare you smear vintage YSL? I dare. I dare. Are they my discontinuation lesson with a Reeve Gosh pour arm? I've just sprayed some on my arm. It's alright. It's an Amber Fougere thing. Hot sand, newbie feet, that's right. Vintage Safari is awesome, says Scott McCarran Lewis. It is, it's great. I like it as well. Oh, sod off. It's like playing fucking backwards. Piss off. It's like playing backwards Tetris, isn't it? Oh, man. There it is. This is my tester bottle. This is the one I'm using at the minute. I've got some that are a bit more full, but I'm using this one. This is Safari for Men Cosmate. Fantastic. It smells awesome, and I love it. Oh, God, you fucking bastard. Oh, don't. You shit. Ooh, I'm thinking of getting it back up to me Aberdeen Lavender as well. Somebody's selling one. Someone's selling a few on eBay for... They're selling a few on eBay for like 120 quid, and they are not the creeds that get fucking cloned. Not cloned. What's the other word? Duped, fucking counterfeited, snide, whatever. Oh. So yes, I'm thinking of getting it back up to me Aberdeen Lavender. I mean, you can see the dint I've put in it. It's fucking fabulous, like. Lol, it's stories of Rich versus the Heat. Can it hack it? Can it hack it, mate? Can it hack it? I don't deny it. I am weak. I'm definitely a Viking stock. I'm a Norseman. I belong up north with the polar bears and the fucking snow foxes or whatever they are. I belong on a longboat in the middle of the fucking ocean. No way you're getting me in the heat. Fucking shite. Global warming terrifies me because I can't hack the fucking warmth. You know, climate change I'm all right with, as long as it changes for the worse. Oh, Afonso, welcome. Gotta just walk past the YSL counter, nothing there. I wouldn't care, you know, because the YSL always took care of their fragrances better than most. I always thought, anyway, to a point. Up until about 10 years ago, anyway. Starting to love YSL Pour-On as much as Reeve Gauche Pour-On, says Nick. I sold my YSL Pour-On. Like the Cacharel Hum as well. You know? That is what you get when you diss the tin can, says Bob. Stop buying backup, says Galen. Oh, I can't promise anything. Stop buying backup, says Nick S. Hi, Afonso. Steady Gale, says Bob. Duck sand is coarse and gets everywhere. Friends, let friends buy backups of backups, says Tripler. Polar bears, the real cocaine bears. Yes, they are white and bears. Come on, he needs an intervention, says Nick. I probably do, to be fair. proud it is the very, very fine sand that gets everywhere, you know what I mean? The Viking blood is strong, love my Viking heritage, says Scott McCarran Lewis. I've actually seen a polar bear in person from a distance, of course. Whoa, Bubba. Big units, aren't they? Big units. Rich could use that backup money for 15 minutes with a Newcastle prosy. Don't need to fucking get prosies up here. Fucking everybody's game as fuck. Just gotta walk out the door and get some. I don't pay for Strange. Strange perfume, yes. But not strange women. Wow, literally the average price of Eau Sauvage Parfum is higher now on eBay. What is happening? I got a month ago for 100. Yeah, I'm telling you, something is afoot with that perfume. Something is definitely afoot. It's over 10 years old now as a concept, you know? Like, I know they replaced the Myrrh with Elemi, but I don't know. Something's wrong. I feel it. I was going to say I feel it in my water there, but I just think there's something. I just feel there's something. Best tin can frag? Oh! Le Male La Essence Parfum. It's not the best of anything, that. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not the best of fucking anything, that shit. I'm going to be honest. But, I don't know. I don't know if that's even a thing. I'm not sure that's a metric. I've actually seen a polar bear in person. I read that, sorry. Backup list. Santal, Blanc, Chêne, Eau Sauvage, Amber Supreme, Aberdeen Lavender, and M-XXX. I will not be buying a backup of M-XXX. Scott McCarran Lewis says, grew up in Alaska, had bears in my backyard. Not polar bears, but still. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, when you've got bears, do you know what I mean? No matter what kind of bear they are, you've got bears, haven't you? You know? Where is my stream? It seems to have gone. There it is. I've been meaning to take a trip up north. Now, Rich is a man of culture. He travelled down south. I will not travel down south. Sold the late model Sauvage Parfum. It was frightening on me, says Tripler. A Cornwall prosy is what a man wearing Prada Amber Boron would buy. More Alaskans in the chat. Rich Mitch brings them in. That's right. I've shot many bear with me Nikon, but never a polar. It was my dream to head north via Svalbard. You want to get on to where Boz? I think he's in Norway. Bobby O, we are prey. Yes, they are hungry for your perfume. That's it. Oh, what time's? Oh, fuck. I've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. This has been quite the return. I'll take another 10 minutes and then I'll fuck off. Because I'm tired. Did you ever get the leather? Did you ever get the Zara Leather Jardin? No. I went in and smelled. Me and Richie G went and smelled some Zara perfumes. I just thought bollocks. It's not great. Not great, those Zaras. If you're trying to build a collection on a budget, I imagine they're fantastic, but Not for Rich Mitch. They're not my thing at all. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm just getting an itchy nose. Sval Seed Bank is a bucket list visit for me, says Tripler. Interesting dynamic living in bear country. I can imagine the sleep anxiety holding his .454 Kazul under the pillow. Such an A-person regard. Sleep rich. Kelly, the Yellowstone breed are most dangerous, in my opinion, in your state. They just don't give a shite unless you are wearing a salmon. Because they've got plenty to eat elsewhere, isn't it? Did you ever regret selling anything, says Spaced Out? No. Rich being called back on stage for one more song. Enter walk-off music here. To me, a holy place. Amazing architecture. Svalbard Seed Bank. That's a big pistol. Puts one back on their heels. I'm just glad I live in a place where I live where there is no bears or guns or fucking anything else that's gonna come and take us away. You know what I mean? Against my own will. Jesus. Yellowstone are probably hungry. Yeah, apparently they're reintroducing loads of stuff to Yellowstone. Like loads of species, for lack of a better word. I just had a brain fart there. Call me crazy, but I just like to live in a place where man is at the top of the food chain. Yes. I don't like the idea of not being on top of the food chain. Oh, what a day. Oh, I don't know if any of you ever noticed this. Is vetiver. Vetiver by Givenchy. Made by Givenchy. It's got a bit of age to it. It smells older as a vetiver. I bet I have a .44 mark like the one in the movie Dirty Harry. It's a lot to handle, says Larry Lucifer. Insects seriously fascinate me. Their behaviours are so diverse. Is Yellowstone low on yellow stones? I don't know, man. Dirty, great fucking volcano, isn't it? It's a big unit, that. I should get a bottle of Straight to Heaven. It's now nostalgic to me, says Spaced Out. Still need to try that vetiver, says Nick. It's alright. I wouldn't break your back for it. If you're in the UK, you could fucking buy it off us. It's only like, what? It's between half and 2/3 full. I'd say it's like 60% full. Come to think of it, is A and B persons an expression outside of Norway? A is sleeping early, rising early, and B is sleeping late and rising late. About the hospital, my sleeping category is C for chaos. I imagine why there is sleeping categories in Norway because of the whole above the Arctic Circle thing. I didn't used to be an early sleeper. I used to be up till 5 o'clock in the fucking morning every single fucking day. Every day. For years. But I would always get me 8 hours sleep. But my day would usually start at like fucking... Well, I would wake up at 1. My day wouldn't start at like 2. You know what I mean? Can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore with the medications I'm on. The gabapentin and stuff just makes you sleep. You can't... There's no way I could stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning every day now with the way the gabapentin is. Fucking hell. They fall asleep in the car. Oh, yeah. I love a nice vetiver, but I still haven't found the one yet, says Nick. I mean, fucking hell, there's millions of them, so you're in luck. You're in great luck there. I was surprised Ostens didn't do a vetiver. I was very surprised. Oopsie daisy. There's Givenchy vetiver. Pavarotti, I might wear Pavarotti tomorrow. I wore, what did I wear? Today I wore... Today I wore Lavs by Filippo Sorcinelli. And tomorrow I think I might wear Pavarotti, if I haven't already worn it this week, which I may have. Terre Parfum is my favourite vetiver, yet they don't list the note. Interesting. Tell you what's a big vetiver. Apparently this, I still haven't brought myself to be able to wear this yet. I don't know how I feel about these L'Artisans. This one, Zonka, Zing. I haven't tried Zing, I don't think. Have I? Maybe. I got Tea for Two the other day, which I've promptly put in my autumn-winter rotation. I'm very glad. I'd wanted that for a long time. So shout-outs to Danny for that. He's selling off a lot of his other perfumes as well. So if you go back into that video and into the description, you will find his Instagram and his, is it Base Notes or Parfumo account? And he is selling perfumes and he's got some good stuff. The two I wanted were Incensi by Lorenzo Viaresi and La-di-da. I wanted Tea for Two. And on that note, friends, I'm off. It has been a good return stream. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I very much appreciate you all watching. Thank you very much. I'll see you again. Bye.